Alrighty, guys, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream. I am on my laptop here as we are requesting urgent coverage because things have gotten pretty nasty, pretty daggone nasty out here in terms of the storms kicking off across Colorado. I decided that this is definitely something that needs to be covered. So I am going to be live with you guys here for a while today. So, I was not planning of this. I was not planning on going back live, but I tell you what, we got some pretty nasty storms out there. We've actually been seeing some capable of producing 3-inch hail. We've seen a couple of tornado warnings been popping up here, and I just heard from TRG that they actually just updated the overall threat for tornadoes. We are going to be watching after that. But yeah, so I don't have a face cam here, y'all. Not for this one. Because I am on my laptop here, so I'm not going to be able to have my face cam. But yeah, so we are going to be here at least to cover this, at least to talk about what's going on, and hopefully be able to make sure that you guys are staying safe. So that's the new outlook they just now updated. So it includes like areas of let's see here, northern Texas, portions of Oklahoma, southwestern Kansas, southeastern Colorado here. We got a few supercells, pretty nasty thunderstorms popping off here across, southeastern Colorado here. We have one towards La Junta here, possibly producing 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and also the possibility here for some hail, actually up to ping pong ball size hail, and a possible tornado, as we do have a little bit of a hook that's trying to form here. Back over at Velocity, we have the storm's definitely trying to. This storm is definitely trying to be producing a tornado, which right now, at the moment being, right now it is, obviously not producing a tornado. But like I said, we've got a lot of strong outbound flow. We have a lot of strong inbound flow. If this tightens up, this could easily drop a tornado. In which, like I said, this is in the environment where tornadoes are possible. So there's that 5% chance. They added very little itty bitty 5% chance for southeastern Colorado. Like I said, that's currently where the storms are at right now. Is actually heading into that overall risk area. So, in terms of that, like I said, these storms are getting ready to track their way into a much more favorable environment, according to the latest. The latest here from the Storm Prediction Center, so we'll need to be looking out for this. Let's see here. Sanago says, "Hi guys, what's up? Hope we're doing good. Surprised there's no enhance," says John. Yeah, honestly, it's been pretty crazy out there. Definitely has. I mean, a 30 sig hail could have been added. I honestly agree. Because back on that previous tornado warning we just had not long ago, we weren't live here during that, but earlier, like I said, not too long ago, there was actually a warning that had 3-inch hail on it, which is absolutely crazy if that actually did happen. In which I don't think we have any reports here. I'm gonna go ahead and start up this program here. This is my GR2 analyst here. We're gonna go ahead and fire this guy up, and we're gonna go ahead and switch this down to the southeast. By the way, guys, can you hear me okay? Do I sound all right? If I sound a little different, like I said, sorry, I'm using a different microphone. I'm actually on a different computer here. Like I said, not able to have my face cam right now, but I definitely am going to be here for a little bit to cover this with you guys. As like I said, it's mandatory that I do be here for you all, and make sure that you guys are prepared and ready to go in case of obviously if any warning gets issued. But yeah, pretty nasty little cluster of isolated supercells popping off here across southeastern Colorado. Once again, this is tracking its way down here to the southeast, in which we are going to be watching out for this here. Let's see here. Mary says hi. What's up? Hope we're doing good. Hank says hail. What's up, Hank? Hope you're doing good. But yeah, so here towards La Junta, we are watching the cell that's getting ready to cross over those regions, likely producing some pretty large hail. In terms of this, 2-inch hail is a possibility, and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts is in the concern here. So, 2-inch hail, 2-inch hail, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts is a possibility. So, like I said, obviously that is essentially what we are looking at there. And like I said, it's getting ready to impact areas like Swink as well. Let's see here, Hawley as well in those regions. So we'll definitely need to be looking out for those areas. But like I said, once again, the Storm Prediction Center did actually say or they actually did upgrade the overall risk area. Look at that, only one area in each area. I mean, we're literally only covering about 5,000 square miles inside of that 5% zone, which obviously that's where that is at in terms of everything. All right, I'll tell you what. I actually want to see what's going on in the meso analysis. That's kind of what I'm concerned about. Like, what made them decide to last minute pull this risk out there? So it does look like we have a little low pressure system, a little surface low out here towards southeastern Colorado. Obviously, the upper level northerlies is probably what kicked it in effect. Let's see here. It's kind of hard to make this out over those gradient lines there. Let's see. What about this? Okay, so I'm seeing about 20, 25 knot lower level shear. That would be supportive of, maybe some weak tornadoes, but middle level atmosphere, obviously you can see the winds are moving eastbound here across the middle portion of the atmosphere. So this is actually telling us here that we are likely seeing, that storm movement here to the relatively to the southeast. So but that's what's going on. But anyways, like I said, we got to really watch out for this guy. It looks like they just issued a flash flood warning in effect for La Junta here, as well as Swink. Let's see, this is including areas towards Orr, Randall, Shelton, Hayes as well included, Sugar City, Ordway. This is in effect here. Look at that. They put a tornado possible tag on it as well for that severe thunderstorm warning. Let's see, 2-inch hail, which is equivalent to egg size hail, and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. But the flash flood warning is in effect here as rainfall amounts of 1 to 3 inches is possible across the region. Rainfall rate about 1.5 to 2.5 inches per hour. That's pretty quick rainfall rate. I mean, we are seeing some pretty strong, um, some pretty wow, 70 dBz. Holy cow. 76? What? Oh my gosh, that is ridiculous. So 76 dBz, that is a guaranteed large hail there. And the scary thing is that the radar is not far away from this storm either. That is crazy. Let's see, how far away is that radar? Oh, didn't mean to do all that. Let's see here. The radar is only 35 miles away, and we have that 76 dBz core. Like, holy cow, that is a monstrous. You know what? I want to see that. Let's see here. Yeah, I really want to see that pop up on this one here. Let me pop this up. We're gonna go ahead and grab a little volumetric scan. So that's the inners of the storm. Going the storm's top is about 55,000 feet from what it looks like. This is actually a pretty chunky storm, if you ask me. Anyways, let's see here. What does that mean? So basically, that's just telling us that the radar has picked up a lot of really large precipitation, really heavy precipitation, and in this case, it is a very large hail. Um, like I said, which is absolutely crazy. Really, really crazy. I mean, like I said, this is a real nasty storm that's popping off here. I mean, like I said, this thing it looks like it's trying to produce a hook down here. It's been trying for the last little bit. I mean, we got a little bit of rotation that's been, kind of, doing its own little thing here. Um, it's pretty broad rotation, meaning that the rotation is quite large, which if it wants to produce a tornado, it's got to tighten up a bit. And I'm not saying that it's going to be impossible because, like I said, obviously, once again, they did just include or they did just say that we are seeing, a highlighted upgrade. They just upgraded the risk now. You know what? I forgot to tell you what. Ignore that threat level 3 out of 5. I forgot to change that. But anyways, we're still a slight risk, but we just got upgraded. A tornado probability just went up a little bit. Let's see. Today was only a 15 hail and wind risk. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see here. Thunder, lightning, and giant wells. All right, well, stay safe out there. Let's see here. How is Texas? I think Texas is obviously in the risk here for today. We got ourselves, the northern portions of Texas included. Let's see, we actually got a severe warning out here west of Amarillo popping off. Let's see, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Definitely got to look out for that. So yeah, penny-size hail is not bad, but it's just possibility for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. Let's see, east of K Pucks is going tornadic. Let's see. What radar was that? Actually, see. Oh, this guy. Oh, yeah. Nope. That's right. This guy. It looks like, yeah, we got a TVS on there now, according to radar. Oh man, I think that. Oh shoot. Yeah, I think that rotation's starting to kick up here, y'all. Uh oh. Yep, it's tightening. It's definitely tightening. You're right, TRG. That latest scan is a little nasty looking. So what's happening right now is this little shark fin that you see right here. That is what we call an inflow notch. That's basically a lot of warm air that's trying to pull its way into the storm here, basically giving it the fuel that it needs. And there's actually another phenomenon called the RFD, which is a rear flank downdraft, which is basically cooler air from the upper levels of the thunderstorm that's starting to kind of wrap in behind, so you can imagine a lot of warm air pulling in, a lot of cold air coming out is starting to cause some of that counterclockwise circulation that is actually trying to fire off a tornado here. So I would not be surprised if they did put a tornado warning on this here very soon, as it definitely does look like this thing is going tornadic. Look at that tornado warning right now in effect. As soon as I said that, oh my gosh, I literally could not have timed that any better. Could not have timed that any better. Well, anyways, yeah, Swink, La Junta there, or La Junta is actually now under a tornado warning, including Benton. This also includes portions of Highway 109. So we are going to be watching these areas here very, very closely. Look at this. Hail also up to 2.75 inches in diameter. Let's see, Monica with a $4 super chat. Monica, thank you so much for that. That's very sweet of you. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, Monica. Thank you, thank you. That's super, very nice of you. Big shout out goes to you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It means a lot, really does. Thank you, absolutely, Monica, so much. Um, but like I said, right now it definitely does look like that rotation is definitely tightening up here. And like I said, it looks like it's getting ready to cross right over United States Highway 350. Areas of Benton, you guys have got to be inside of your shelter here. This right here is where the rotation is at currently. The town of Benton is obviously, kind of around that area. So if you're in Benton, obviously make sure that you guys are inside of your shelter and away from windows. Once again, if you have a basement, that's the place to go. If you have a storm cellar, obviously that's where you'll want to go. And obviously, in terms of other things, if you don't have a basement, if you don't have a storm cellar, what you got to do is you obviously got to be inside of the central most interior portion. Of like I said, obviously, the central most interior portion of your home out there. See, I was talking about the cell north of the tornado warning cell. Really, this guy? Yeah, I don't see much on this one. I mean, maybe a little bit of a divot there, but yeah, that's not as impressive as this guy. This one looks like it's trying to tighten up out here. And directly under it, if you zoom in, it does look like a few buildings are out there and possibly. So obviously, I hope that they get the warning. I hope that they get to shelter, because they're definitely going to want to be in shelter. Once again, the latest few scans that we've been seeing here, it looks like that rotation's trying to tighten up a bit. So once again, Benton, Colorado, heads up to you guys. This is a pretty nasty storm. We are seeing southeast movement. Let's see here at about 45 miles per hour. So the tornado, like I said, if a tornado was to form, it would be moving around 45 miles per hour to the southeast. So obviously, heads up to that. And once again, this is not just a tornado concern. This is actually a threat for baseball size hail as well. That is currently going on here. Once again, this is a very dangerous storm. Locations impacted include La Junta, North La Junta, let's see, Rocky Ford, Swink, and Higbee. You guys are under a tornado warning that is now in effect here. So obviously, you guys have got to watch out for this. Now, I am kind of the bearer of good news here. Honestly, what I personally believe is that, this tornadic part of the cell, which is right in here, should remain out of La Junta for the most part. I mean, you guys are in a warning now just for your safety. If this thing does somehow randomly steer its way, which I don't see that happening, but say randomly if it did, just make sure that if you're in a polygon, you're in your shelter, including I think it might be La Junta or La Junta. I'm just gonna say La Junta because that's kind of what it looks like. Which is obviously La Junta is a very populated area. It looks like yeah, a lot of buildings out there. But like I said, the tornadic part of the cell looks like it's going to be tracking its way just south of La Junta here. Eventually, like I said, this is getting ready to cross over Highway 350, right near Benton, which Benton, is a little town out here. Let's see here. I don't think there's really much around Benton, but obviously, if you're near Benton, Colorado, like I said, heads up to you. This is the part of the storm we need to be looking out for right now. We have a lot of strong outflow winds, a lot of strong inflow winds. So basically, what's going on here is the radar is up here. So that little donut hole you see, that is the radar. So we move to the southeast of the radar. So what's happening here on this scan we call velocity? All the green is showing air moving at the radar, and all the red is showing air moving away from the radar. So we can infer from the winds moving towards and away, there is a little area that is circulating right in here somewhere. So there is a little bit of circulation that is occurring with all that cold or with all that inflow and all that outflow moving away from the radar. That is essentially what we are looking at. Let's see here. You said it right, La Junta. Gotcha. Okay, so it's La Junta. So obviously, I think La Junta should be mostly out of the main concern. But like I said, seriously, remain in your shelter just for your safety. In case if this somehow does some magically steer to the far to the northeast here. I mean, because like I said, there's a lot of population here. There's a lot of people that is in this city here. In which, like I said, this tornadic part of the cell is just to the south right now. Now, this is going to continue moving its way to the south. Like I said, southeast here. Once again, it's moving around 45 miles per hour. So this thing is moving, fairly quick. It's not really a slow moving storm. It's moving, at a decent speed. So obviously, do not try to outrun the tornado. That's not a good. That's not a good thing. Obviously, make sure that you are, aware of the situation. Make sure that you can seek shelter if you can. Once again, if you're in the middle of the road and there's no buildings nearby, obviously, at last case scenario, I mean, obviously, if you can. Take Highway 30 or say Highway 350 and book it southwest. Try to get out of this area here. This is what we call the Bear's Cage. This is obviously where the nasty tornadic activity could occur. So obviously we need to be looking out for these regions. Let's go and hop over to correlation coefficient for a second. I'm curious to see a lot of clutter in here, a lot of contamination. I don't see really impossible to check for any debris signatures out of that, so I cannot confirm a tornado at this time. However, I can tell you that this is a very nasty storm, a very damaging storm here. Regardless of tornado or not, we're talking baseball size hail, and that's moving right towards La Junta. I mean, literally the biggest part of the storm here, the biggest core. So basically, all of this kind of purple and pink here, all of that is very large hail, potentially up to baseball size. Is getting ready to be tracking its way right towards La Junta. So I'm sure you guys are probably getting ready to be impacted. If at all possible, if you can do safely, I'd recommend moving your cars right immediately. You only have a few minutes to react here. But I recommend that you move your vehicles under a carport or in the side of a garage if you have time. Now, if there's a lot of lightning out there, I would not recommend that you really do this. Just make sure that you stay well away from windows if you live out here towards La Junta, because like I said, this thing is hail producing as well. On top of this possible tornado that's trying to develop more down towards the south side. Once again, we're talking Benton. You guys are inside of this tornado warning here. We have this little bit of a tail here, a lot of warm inflows trying to work its way up into the storm, feeding this storm with a lot of juice. And so what's going on here is that here on velocity, we can see we have all that the outbound winds away from radar, all the inbound winds coming in towards radar, and we got this tight little area right in here that appears to be tightening up over the last several scans. That definitely could be, trying to drop a tornado. Now we move our way up to the northwest here. We have another cell, not as crazy, obviously, in tornadic activity. It's just a severe thunderstorm warning, but still, 2-inch hail, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts is possible. This is mostly rural areas here, so honestly, I'm not too concerned about these guys. Another one up here as well, not really for any main area. So obviously the main concern we need to be looking out for is this tornado warning that is in effect here once again for La Junta. Make sure you guys are in your shelter, well away from windows. Like I said, right here towards Benton, it looks like it might be just crossing by Benton now. This will continue to move its way to the southeast. The good news is that once it moves over Highway 350 here, so this is Highway 350, and once it rolls through, which it seems like the tightest rotation is right in here, and this is going to continue tracking its way down to the southeast here. And it looks like there's really not much in its path, which is great news. Let's see. Let me actually double check on this here. If I zoom in, it usually shows us some buildings if there is any out there, which it does not look like it. Now, if this thing does continue to possibly be tornadic, pretty tight rotation there, continuing to on-go here. If it does continue here, it looks like we're going to have this going right over County Road. Let's see here. County Road R is what it is. County Road 26, right here in areas just south of La Junta. That is the road that this storm is getting ready to cross over. Eventually, this will continue and move its way across areas like once again, it goes to two areas like you see County Road 802. Yep, so County Road 802. Just south here of La Junta. This is going to be tracking its way towards those areas. So obviously, if there's any cars out there, if you're on this road, just get off the road. I would track south as you can. Obviously, if you're near that intersection, that T intersection between 802 and 25, I would take 25 south and just kind of track your way out of the warning. Because once again, this storm is moving at 45 miles per hour. So as long as you can go faster than 45 miles per hour to the south, you should be able to outrun it. Which obviously I would, definitely consider being out of this way of the storm here, because you do have time to react here. If you're across Highway 802, County Road 802, County Road 804 as well. Obviously, you guys have got to watch out for this. Let's see here. Crystal, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Greatly appreciated. Seriously, thank you so much, dude. Very, very sweet of you. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate the donations. It really helps out. Keeps us going here. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Now, I will mention once again, towards La Junta, if you guys are just now joining in here, we got a nasty core. It looks like a lot of potential hail is getting ready to cross its way right over towards La Junta. Once again, this is a very populated city here, and all of that you see up here in this purple, that is all very large hail that is likely falling out of the storm here. And once again, this is core. This is going right over La Junta, and this is also, like I said, this is a tornado warning, obviously, meaning you got to be in shelter. But this is also showing for the possibility of hail up to literally baseball size. Tornado and baseball size hail is the concern here. So obviously that is something that we need to look out for. Let's see. Latest scan looks strong. It does. It definitely does. We hop back over to velocity. We got this area here. That's where the rotation's at. Okay, so that's kind of the area we need to really look out for. Now, honestly, at this point, I would say if you are in La Junta, like I said, obviously, if you are in La Junta, I would recommend that you, obviously remain in your shelter. But I do believe that you are going to make this out okay. Other than the hail part, that's kind of the reason I want you to stay in your shelter for now, is because you guys are, likely getting ready to get hit by a lot of strong hail. Once again, maybe up to baseball size possible. But like I said, the tornadic part of the cell is now relatively southwest of La Junta. I'll go ahead and measure it here. So from the center of La Junta to that area of tight rotation, we're talking about 8.5 miles to the southwest. And once again, this storm is tracking southeast at about 45 miles per hour. So once again, this tornadic part of the cell is actually tracking its way away from La Junta. We still have this little tail here. So basically what's going on, like I said, guys, is we do have a lot of warm air that's trying to work its way up into the storm here, which obviously is fueling, giving it that juice that it needs. But you know what? I mean, because like I said, it's definitely trying. It really is trying. In which, like I said, the velocities definitely do show that this thing is trying. Let's see. We got a new warning out here somewhere. We got a few storms in Wyoming as well. Ping pong ball size hail, 60 mile per hour wind gust. Quarter hail, 60 mile per hour wind gust. Quarter hail, 50 less. So yeah, it looks like the most of the worst of it is right now, kind of out of these cluster of supercells, that's essentially popping off in these regions. I mean, yeah, that's the crazy thing. I mean, if you look at the storms here, and you zoom into them, it seems like some of these guys are like having or trying to develop these hooks. If you look closely, I mean, this guy, it looks like it might be trying to develop a hook right here. I mean, there's a little itty bitty notch on that storm there. Obviously, we got this tail right here. So it definitely kind of is showing the environment here. With that lower level winds, the winds at the surface or near the surface, slightly high up, a couple thousand feet, are moving to the northwest slightly. About 25 miles per hour. And of course, you have the upper level storm motion, which is tracking its way relatively to the east southeast, which is giving it that storm motion. Obviously, that's where the stronger winds are, so it's going to be pushing it way to the southeast. Anyways, but that's that. That's what's going on. Let's see here. Always says, let's see. Look at Dallas. It's crazy. Some part of me I don't believe you because there's really not much. Yeah, there's nothing going on in Dallas, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's go and do a little update here towards Amarillo, west of Amarillo. We got ourselves a let's see here. Like I said, severe thunderstorm warning in effect for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here and penny-sized hail. So, honestly, that's kind of one of the weaker storms. Obviously, right now, our main concern is that we need to be watching this guy. And in the latest scan, wow, it looks like that latest scan here, y'all, is actually showing once again, really large hail core is very likely going right over La Junta right now. Let's see, we're gonna go ahead and turn that down there. Yeah, I mean, it looks like that core is going right over La Junta right now, which obviously you guys have got to be. Once again, if you're in La Junta, remain well away from windows. Like I said, the last thing you want is a window shattering right in your face. That is not what you want. That could obviously cause some injuries. If it gets in your eye, it could even blind you. So seriously, just please remain away from windows. Okay. And like I said, honestly, I'd recommend being in a hallway. Like I said, you are in a tornado warning still, after all. Even though that tornadic part of the cell is south of you, I would still just remain in your shelter, just to be safe. I mean, like I said, obviously that is, the reason why we have these tornado warnings is to make sure that you get the notification. That way you guys can, obviously take action. And like I said, obviously streamers like me, we're here to let you guys know what's going on. We're here to let you guys know what you need to do and obviously how to react, when to react, and essentially everything you need to know, basically. But anyways, like I said, guys, in case of this tornadic, activity here, what we recommend that you do, okay, what we actually recommend that you guys do, is actually, have a helmet, bring your shoes, bring first aid kit. Your shoes are going to help protect your feet from, obviously sharp objects like glass, nails, metal, you name it. All kinds of sharp objects will be a thing if a tornado does strike. Um, in terms of the helmet is going to help protect your head from flying debris and everything like that. So obviously, protection is key. With these tornadoes here. And of course, whenever it comes to it as well, the first aid kit, is pretty obvious. If there's any injuries, minor injuries, you can, heal it yourself. And you can take care of it yourself. Because, like I said, in these situations, say if a town gets hit or something, obviously, in terms of it, um, it the hospitals are going to get flooded with patients. Obviously that's injured. So if it's a minor injury that you can use, like wrap it up yourself, then seriously, if you can, make sure you have a first aid kit ready to go. Let's see here. Shell says, "Hi Andrew, just joining. What state are we in? So this is in southeastern Colorado, and like I said, the reason we decided to do this urgent live stream is obviously because of these storms here. But what the Storm Prediction Center ended up doing here at last minute is end up upgrading the tornado risk for southeastern Colorado. Kind of where this group of supercells is currently located." We have ourselves, like I said, a lot of these cells are trying to become tornadic. I mean, look at this guy. Looks like we're trying to develop a hook on this one too. Let's go and take a look at the velocity here. Oh, okay. So right now, There's really not much, not much rotation to it, but there is a little bit of outbound winds here, and we obviously have our inbound winds that are stronger. So if this thing can pick up some of these outbound winds, this thing could potentially start rotating here. Like I said, obviously, looking at the reflectivity, it looks like we do have a hook echo that is, developing here overall. Let's see here. Let's see. Zarek says, we know, we get it. See, see here. Google updated. See, have us going over and over. Gotcha. Like I said, we're here for you guys. Like I said, we're here for y'all. Just to make sure you guys are, staying up to date, staying prepared, and obviously, aware of the situation. That's obviously what we are here for, in which we are going to be looking out for. Gage, we're not going to look at Tennessee right now. Like I said, right now, I mean, I can tell you right now, Tennessee is far away from the threat. Like I said, right now, we just need to pay attention to the actual damaging storms that is ongoing here. In terms of these guys. Back over velocity. So here's the latest scan here. Like I said, obviously we are seeing ourselves. Um, like I said, we are seeing ourselves, a bit of pretty strong rotation that is still continuing to kick its way off across these locations here. The good news is that area of rotation is now far to the south of La Junta, which that's definitely overall some good news. This will continue tracking southeast once again, estimated to be around 45 miles per hour to the southeast here. Okay, so we are going to be watching out closely for this. Um, like I said, that is essentially what we are looking at. This will continue tracking south. It looks like it might even eventually ride parallel here with highway or, obviously, let's see, County Road 109. Or let's see here. No, this is State Highway 109. Gotcha. So this eventually, this little area of rotation will track its way down here to the south, obviously south southeast at about, like I said, at about um about 45 miles per hour. And like I said, it looks like it's going to be heading kind of parallel, in which obviously we'll need to continue watching. But, up to this moment, still, there is still a bit of rotation. This thing is definitely trying to produce a tornado here. Like I said, if it's already not occurring, it's close to it. It's definitely trying to. And like I said, right now I cannot confirm that this thing is on the ground yet. It's still radar indicated, meaning that the radar has just picked up rotation on it, which it is a tornado warning after all. And I can confirm to you that there is some pretty strong rotation out of this storm, and particularly, like I said, we'll keep on hopping over to correlation coefficient here, but a lot of it's contaminated. We got a lot of side lobe contamination occurring right here on the edge of the storm there. So obviously, at the moment, correlation coefficient's not really useful. Really is not useful. So obviously, it really comes down to the eyes and on the ground here, who can actually see it. So once again, this thing is right next to Highway 109 here, in which we are, definitely watching out for. Let's see. Are these the same storms headed to Mid Atlantic tomorrow? So they're not the same storms. Basically, two different days of severe weather here. So these storms will not, these storms will die out essentially, and then tomorrow we're going to get another sparking across Mid Atlantic. So no, they're not really related. They're really not related here. Oh my gosh, that latest scan, holy cow, that thing is definitely tightening up here, y'all. That is definitely really, really trying to tighten up here quite a bit. I mean, back over here, velocity. I mean, we have some pretty tight rotation here. Getting ready to cross over. Let's see here, County Road 802 here. This thing is getting ready to cross right over County Road 802. Once again, directly due south of La Junta, in which that is what we are watching out for here. Let's see here. So, yep, there's the latest radar loop there. You can see as it continued tracking southeast. I mean, we are on this, direction. We are on this path here once again southeast at around 45 miles per hour. Now, once again, I could safely tell you now, La Junta, you guys are pretty much good to go. I mean, for the most part, that tornadic cell part or that tornadic activity is well to the south down here, which obviously in that case it is moving away from you. So But like I said, honestly, once again, I would remain in your shelter for La Junta, for obvious reasons, because I mean, we did actually likely have some large hail that worked its way through, most likely. And actually, look at that, we did get reports just now here of 1 to 1.5 inch hail. So this is quarter size to ping pong ball size hail has indeed been reported out of this storm here. So yeah, we got a report out towards Swink here. And in the latest, we still, like I said, obviously here in La Junta, we don't have any reports, but I'm sure they definitely did get, definitely did get hit pretty good by that core. Let's see here. I left Colorado just in time. Heck yeah, you did. You sure did. Yeah, Colorado's been getting a beating for the last couple of days, really, overall. Let's see. Check up on this guy. Whoa. Okay, yep. This thing is definitely hooking a bit. Velocity here. Oh wow, look at that. Yep, it's starting to grow in that outflow. Okay, so this thing could very well. Whoa. Yep. So this thing could very well go tornadic here soon. Okay, we got to watch this one closely. You see this, guys? It looks like it might be an early signs of tornadic development here. Because, like I said, first of all, we have a very obvious hook echo. You see that kind of fish hook looking signature here, according to according to reflectivity here on the radar. And like I said, back over at velocity on the latest scans, I mean radar is right there. That donut right there, that's radar. So the radar is really close, really, really close to this storm here. So overall, like I said, all this green is showing air moving its way towards the radar. The red is showing it moving away from the radar. So we have a little bit of rotation that is trying to kick off here. It has a little bit of work to do before once before it does anything, but it's definitely on the right track to possibly going tornadic. Um, so, once again, this could very well go tornado warn here. I'd say within the next 5 to 10 minutes if it continues on that track that it's doing here. All right, back over here to the La Junta storm. Tracking down here, y'all. Like I said, we are still seeing this guy kick off. Rotation still there here. Once again, well south of La Junta now. La Junta is actually under a flash flood warning once again. Like I said, basically what's going on out here is we do have, a lot of rain coming out of this guy. See, expected rainfall rate of 1.5 to 2.5 inches per hour is expected here. Rainfall amounts of 1 to 3 inches are possible in the warned area total. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected. So obviously, flooding out towards La Junta is a concern. And like I said, they likely did just get hit by some hail too. As a couple scans ago, we tracked back here. A couple scans ago, La Junta was right into that core, in which obviously now, it seems like the precipitation has lightened up a bit over La Junta, which is definitely good. Um, like I said, La Junta, it definitely is looking a lot better. It goes from real heavy precipitation and likely hail to now kind of, moderate precipitation. So you guys in La Junta is pretty much heading out. If you're in Swink, if you're in Roberta, let's see here, Benton, you guys are safe to come out of your shelters now. Tornado warning is still in effect for you guys, but I tell you what, that tornadic part is well down to the south, down here. And also, the storm is not even over you guys anymore. So obviously, you guys are pretty much good to go. As obviously, all that precipitation is now to your southeast in terms. Let's see. Oh, there we go. New tornado warning extension just got added. Okay, they upgraded the hail down to 3 inches in diameter. Let's see here. This is up to 3 inch hail now. Holy cow. That turned sour quickly. Yeah, this could have definitely been a significant hail threat day, y'all. I mean, 3 inch hail. Look at that. 3 inch hail is possible out of this guy. Tornado and hail up to 3 inches in diameter here. Let's see. Your storm is remaining at 45 miles per hour. So we're still tracking southeast at 45. Which that is absolutely crazy. Um, let's go ahead and take a look on this guy. This guy, like I said, is trying to produce a tornado here. Let's see. It's definitely trying to do something. I mean, we got a little bit of rotation that's trying to pop up here. We've been seeing multiple. The latest scans have been showing multiple signs of growing. Multiple signs here of growing outbound winds heading away from radar. in which the latest scan just came through still does support a little bit of outflow winds. Obviously, winds moving towards the radar. The radar is literally just right over here. Um, but we got the greens, the winds going towards the radar, the reds moving away from radar. So we got a little bit of opposite forces going on here, which at that point, at some point here, this could very well go tornado warned here, and I'd say the next next little bit. Let's see, it's 3-inch apple size. I think it's near apple size. Pretty sure, yeah. Yep. Let's see here. Let's see, give it another 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, I agree. Definitely do. See, it looks good on reflectivity too. It does. It definitely does have a pretty well-defined hook there. It did look better in the previous scan, but still, we still got that very obvious, inflow notch here. Like I said, right here, this is where we're getting a bunch of warm air just sucking its way into the storm here, and that RFD we're starting to get a little bit of cooler air starting to move its way down. Let me actually draw that a little better here. So that is your inflow notch. A lot of warm air is pulling in this way, and a lot of cooler air is kind of backing up this way. So obviously, those outbound winds that we're seeing is as a result of the RFD or that rear flank downdraft. So obviously, like I said, the winds wrapping behind this supercell here is obviously, is what's contributing to this area of red being those outflow winds there. Let's see here. Douglas with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Douglas. Very nice of you. Thank you so much, Douglas. Greatly appreciated. You absolutely rock, man. Thank you so much for helping us out. Let's see here. Not a good idea to go to Colorado this week. Yeah, probably not. We could easily go 30 sig, but no. Yeah, honestly, for hail, I would definitely agree with you on that one. Hail is absolute monstrosity today, essentially. All right, so let's see here. Once again, they did just extend that tornado warning further south. They upgraded the hail concerns on it. It is now up to 3-inch hail in diameter possible. Let's see. Rotation is still continuing. Obviously, if you guys live out towards La Junta, you guys are, pretty much good to go here. The storm is mostly out of your region. Plus, the warning expires in 1 minute now. But we still have this other tornado warning in effect here for the next 31 minutes here, y'all. Once again, for the possibility of a tornado as well as 3-inch hail that is ongoing here. So once again, we're just going to need to look out for that. Bit of rotation right now crossing, let's see, Higbee Valley Road. Right now, that is where it is tracking over at the moment. So that is, something that we need to be looking out for. Oh, it even looks like a second area of rotation is trying to form up here. Oh my gosh. Um, that right there is tight rotation. Let's see here. Velocity. Oh, you're already on velocity. Duh. Let's see. Correlation coefficient. Okay, we're gonna need to watch that close. That needs a tornado warning. That needs a tornado warning right there. We need a tornado warning for this, guys. That is another area of rotation that is not warned. I mean, that is. Oh wow, that just got real strong. See here. Okay, no confirmation here of yeah, no confirmation of this thing being on the ground right now. But this thing is definitely rotating quite a bit. So now, yeah, I'm really concerned about this now. I mean, there's not even a tornado warning on this, and it's definitely, yeah, definitely is picking up in velocities here. Okay, we'll watch that. Let's see here. We got those other areas too. Golly, things are starting to really kick off. That's obviously some pretty strong rotation here. We're gonna need to keep an eye out there for correlation coefficient. This will tell us if there's any debris that is being detected there. In which, yeah, definitely need to be looking out for this here. I mean, this is, yeah, I mean, this literally just popped up kind of out of the blue here. Really just popped up out of the blue. Obviously, we got the main tornadic cell here, y'all. Still got that warning in effect here for the next 29 minutes. They better issue a tornado warning here very soon. Honestly, this thing could go towards Ruxton if it continues on the track it's doing right now. This thing could very well track its way to the southeast. They better put a tornado warning on that here soon. But That is heading in the general direction here of, let's see, Ruxton. Yeah, heading in the general direction here of Ruxton, Colorado, which definitely need to be looking out for. Yeah, today's event definitely overperformed. It looks like it, yes, definitely does. Let's see. Okay, we just got a massive severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for Ordway. They canceled that tornado warning for La Junta, so you guys are good to come out of your shelter now. But it does look like La Junta, another storm is heading your way. It definitely does look like that is the case. We got this guy starting to brew behind you. So there's La Junta. We got this guy right here tracking southeast. So, it's possible you guys could, get more thunderstorm activity here, um, for a little bit. So definitely have got to be looking out for this here overall. Like I said, right now in the latest scans here, guys, we are starting to see, like I said, another area of rotation that's popping off here, getting pretty much southwest of Gilpin here, southwest of Gilpin, Colorado, continuing, moving southeast here. Once again, at about 45 miles per hour. We have two areas of rotation that's commencing here that's trying to produce tornadic activity. Um, so definitely, definitely got to keep our eyes peeled here. Definitely have got to be keeping our eyes peeled. And so we're gonna just keep on watching this here. As we are continuing to see some support of a possible tornadic activity here. Um, but yeah, no, they better put a warning on this guy here pretty soon. I tell you what, let's go and hop back to correlation coefficient. Don't see anything on correlation coefficient as of now. I'm not seeing any debris signatures. I'm not seeing any of that. But in terms of rotation there from obviously velocity scans, we are indeed seeing a bit of rotation that's popping off with this guy. Absolutely, 100%. Um, so like I said, we're just gonna keep an eye on it. Let's go and take a look here back at this other cell. We have another cell right here. You can kind of see this little tail on it. This guy is trying to kind of follow along as well. Like I said, I don't see any immediate danger of a tornado out of this guy, but I do tell you what, we do have a little bit of outflow, a little bit of winds moving away from the radar, which that is the radar right there. Okay. So this is the radar. We have a little bit of that wind moving away from the radar, and we have all this green moving towards the radar. So we might have a little bit of something trying to develop here. Right now, it's not anything tight. Right now, it's pretty weak and pretty loose rotation. But like I said, knowing the environment that these storms are starting to spawn in, uh, like I said, it's possible that it could wrap up here at any moment. I mean, considering like this guy really wrapped up here, and this one still trying. Um, it kind of seems like although velocities are quite high, on these cells here, right? It seems like velocities are quite high. It does look like that tightness between the outbound or the inbounds and the outbounds. It does seem like the rotation is quite broad. It looks like it's pretty loose. So, and especially in that last scan there, it really kind of seems like that rotation might be trying to potentially, like I said, obviously, potentially, obviously fading out here. So let's hope that dies out. But even if it does die out here, like I said, there is a shot for even some really large hail up to 3 inches in diameter. Let's see, where's Andrew? I'm right here. But anyways, but yeah, I don't have my face cam on because I'm doing an urgent update on my laptop here. That's why I sound different too. I obviously I couldn't go to my desktop right now because I can't. So we just did an emergency live stream here. I was not planning on this at all, guys. I was really not planning on going back live at all. But it needed it. I definitely needed to go back live, in which I am. So that's definitely some good news. Anyways, but that's that. Let's see here. We got a few other cells popping off here in Kansas. Just kind of normal cells. 60-mile-per-hour wind gust, quarter size hail. Got a storm up here in northeastern Colorado as well popping off. It's got a tornado possible tag on it. Yeah, maybe some broadness. I don't know. We got some outbounds. We got some inbounds. We'll watch it. but they did put a tornado possible tag on. I see why. Another warning down here in southeastern Wyoming, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust, quarter hail. North of that, actually ping pong ball size hail, and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts across Highway 25, including Glendo. So this little town of Glendo is inside of that warning there. But other than that, yeah, other than that, that's pretty much what is going on there, within the storm here. So, anyways, that is essentially, what we are looking at. So, we do have ourselves a tornado warning still in effect here, guys. Once again, pretty much just south here of La Junta now. Like I said, it looks like that rotation is starting to fade out a bit. That's definitely some good news. It definitely looks like that rotation is starting to fade out. Don't get me wrong. We still have those winds that are tracking away from radar. We still have these winds that are moving towards the radar. But it definitely looks like the tightness of that rotation has definitely faded out quite a bit. Honestly, I feel a lot better now about this than I did a minute ago. But anyways, but we'll definitely need to be watching out for this guy. Once again, this little area here too, we need to watch out for, because this thing just popped up into existence in a matter of like no time here. Um, there was a time in this in this area of rotation that was very tight that I would have not been surprised if we did have a tornado. I mean, look at that. That rotation really got tight there for a little bit. I mean, that's really crazy. Um, back over at correlation coefficient, there was no debris signature scan, but it's not going to pop up on debris signature if it didn't hit anything. Because that's the thing, where that area of rotation's at, there's like nothing there. I mean, it's just straight up fields. There is absolutely nothing. I mean, I don't even think there's any trees out there. I think it's just flat land. In which, if it doesn't show up on a debris signature, uh, or sorry, I should say, for it to show up on a debris signature, it needs to do damage. It needs to pick up things and launch it in the sky for the radar to scan it. In which, if it's not hitting anything, it can't it can't do that. So hopefully that makes sense for you guys. Anyways, but at one point, I would not be surprised if actually a tornado did drop down at some point out of that right there. There's no warning on it. There is no current warning on it right now. Honestly, because it's basically in the middle of nowhere. It is essentially in the middle of nowhere right now. Which obviously that is, in terms of that, that's pretty much good because it's not going to impact too many areas here. Anyways, but that's that, you guys. That is essentially what we are looking at. Let's see here. Back over towards Dodge City. Yeah, these guys aren't that bad. Not really worried about them. Not really worried about these two. I mean, this one has ping pong ball size hail possibly, which I mean that's pretty bad. But then we have this guy with a 20 possible tag on it for 35 minutes. Um, like I said, we'll keep on hopping back over here every once in a while, just to check up on it. Let's see here. Yeah, and of course we have ourselves. Yeah, of course we have ourselves. All this mess happening down here. Very thankful though that we have a radar out in these regions. What's up, Prepper? Hope you're doing good, man. Glad to have you here. Like I said, we're definitely we're really watching this here closely. Because like I said, we have we last minute had an upgrade to today's tornado risk. They literally decided to update this here at the last minute. Um, and as soon as they did, we started seeing a lot of activity that started popping up across these areas here. So it's like we definitely needed to go live here. That is for sure. Um, but as of now, once again, I think this guy is kind of dying out. I would not be surprised if this tornado warning gets canceled here soon. I tell you what, as soon as this tornado warning gets canceled, I'm probably going to be heading off here. Because we've been live here for already over an hour, which is crazy to think of. Which I believe it's been over an hour. I think we've let's see here. Yep, we've been live for exactly an hour essentially. Um, so that's definitely good that we were able to be here for that. But it's just crazy stuff. And it seems like it's heading more into non-populated areas here. I mean, all this stuff is, these little towns are kind of like ghost towns. I mean, there's really not much in them. Um, my main concern is as this guy was crossing through La Junta, that's what made me go live is because, there's so much territory here, a lot of life in that area. So it's like, yeah, that was a little concerning in itself. I mean, like I say, La Junta, I mean, you guys, seriously, I think you all are mostly good to go here. I really don't see, I mean, obviously, you're not in your warning, but, you're basically good to go as of right now. But I will tell you, though, I will definitely tell you, there is another cell that is to your northwest. Is it anything concerning? Well, not really. Yeah, really not too concerning here. Um, However, this whole entire cluster up here, this one right here, you should probably watch because, like I said, this is capable of producing 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, as well as 1.25-inch hail, which is equivalent to half dollar size hail. Um, being a possibility out there. So we'll definitely need to be watching out for this. I mean, this little area. I mean, a little bit of outbounds, a little bit of inbounds here. I mean, it's not really anything tight. I don't think it's going to really do anything too crazy, but as of right now, anyways. But like I said, it should be watched, and if obviously if you live out there, then heads up to you guys. Um, But anyways, but yeah, well, once again, like I said, once again, guys, once this tornado warning gets canceled, we're gonna head off here for today. Like I said, this was just kind of an emergency live stream. I did not plan to do this. I did not plan to go live yet again for you guys. Like I said, it's just kind of a sudden moment thing. That I split decision. Like, yeah, I'm going live with you guys for a little bit. I mean, I am absolutely whooped. I am so tired. But like I said, I mean, you guys, seriously, your life is precious. You guys are extremely important, all of you guys, in which, no matter what it takes, I'll be here to cover it. Um, obviously, at least giving a heads up is great. But like I said, covering it like we just did as it crossed through La Junta, that's good news. Anyways, but yep, we still got this little area here we need to watch out for pretty closely. Which honestly, it's really not tracking over anywhere. I mean, there's like not even anything out here essentially, which that is good news. Like I said, I think this tornado warning is, going to be left to expire here, relatively soon. Relatively soon it's going to be ready to expire here. So overall, that's that. Am I going live tomorrow? Yes, I will be. I will be going live tomorrow. Absolutely, yeah. Tomorrow, actually, let's see here. Tomorrow we got ourselves another risk out there. Oh, didn't even do that. Whoops. We got ourselves a two actually slight risk. Yeah, we're talking like the Mid Atlantic. We're talking South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania. Are actually in a pretty fair risk. Same thing for Alabama, Mississippi, Southern Arkansas, Louisiana, and Northeast Texas. Fairly decent risks out there, for what's going on there tomorrow. Um, so yeah, definitely need to be keeping an eye out for that. Tornado probability right now, there's none. Damaging winds, 15% chance, and oh sorry, whoops. Tornado as of now, none. Damaging winds, 15% chance, and hail. Let's see, I think hail's a 5% chance. Yeah, that is one wacky hail threat. One wacky hail area there. But anyways, let's see. Coffee says, "Hey there, hope you're having a good Saturday, bro. You as well, man. You as well." Um, but all right. Well, like I said, guys, I think this tornado warning era is probably getting ready to be expired. Actually, I don't know. We got 14 minutes on that here. Got 14 more minutes on it. Let's see. J. Lou says, "Have a blessed night." You as well, J. Lou. You as well. See, I'll be in Colorado tonight until Monday night. Gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha. Let's see. We got a new warning somewhere. That's what that noise was. Let's see here. I don't think it was any of those. Oh, was it this guy? Wow. Yeah, that thing's improved quite a bit. Look at this. This thing's actually possibly producing up to 70 mile per hour wind gusts now, directly west of Amarillo, Texas. This includes Westway. Let's see here. Bootleg, Walcott. Yeah, though this includes some pretty. Yeah, this has some pretty strong winds on it. Definitely looks like it. Are the storms done in Louisville? I think so. Yeah, we actually had 2 rounds. A couple of rounds actually. Let's see here. Well, we got a little bit of a storm out here towards southern Indiana. We got that little baby shower, baby cell again. But look, it looks like that convection is starting to wane down over here. So it's a good sign that that cap is coming back in place, which that is good news. So it looks like that, due to lack of heating, on the surface from obviously the sun, um, the temperatures on the surface are starting to cool down, which the storms need a warm surface in order to really initiate, which, once again, it's starting to kind of fade out a bit. Let's see here. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow, Andrew. See you later. Thanks for joining. But yeah, I think most activity is done out there. Pretty sure. I tell you what, tornado or not, this thing has got quite a heck of a hail core on it still. I mean, look at that. All that like turquoise blue, like that is, or yeah, that's like straight up large hail. They actually significantly downgraded it actually. Um I mean, it went from 3-inch hail to now golf ball size hail, which that in itself is you know, good. I wouldn't say good, I'd say better. Still pretty bad, in terms of that. Let's see here. Don't forget to like the stream and subscribe to Andrew. Thank you, Crystal. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Let's see, 11 minutes to go. Back to velocity here. Let's see. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha. See, still a few leftover storm clouds. Yeah. See here. New warning just popped up here somewhere. Okay. Yeah, it looks like all those warnings out there towards Wyoming is dying, except for this guy towards Cheyenne. 10 minutes ago, 60 mile per hour wind gust, quarter size hail. This guy to the south here, 1.25-inch hail. Wind gusts under 50. It's kind of expected. And yeah, of course we got these guys, 70 mile per hour wind gusts, 1.25-inch hail towards Haswell, Sugar City, Ordway, Crawley, Olney Springs, Rocky Ford, and Swink. See back correlation coefficient. Yeah, it's real hard to make out anything. Let's see here. Where's that rotation at now? Right in here. You know what, guys? Yeah, there's like barely anybody in this path here. Um, which, like I said, I was planning on ending the stream once this tornado warning goes away, which is in 9 minutes. But even then, this guy is pretty much good to go. These guys are 60 mile per hour wind gusts, not too bad. With 2 5-inch hail, 1-inch hail, 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So yeah, seems like a lot of these guys are kind of fading out a bit, y'all, which is good. This one's still 70 and penny size hail and all that stuff. So it's crazy. But anyways, well, I'm glad I was able to be live here for you guys. For a little bit longer here. We just, like I said, did an emergency live stream. Like I said, I was not expecting to go live again at all. And until like I was watching radar here and there, and I seen what's going on. And they upgraded the tornado threat from a 2% to a 5%, and I was like, "Holy cow! Yeah, I probably should. I probably should live stream this." So definitely am glad I did. That is 100% for sure. But anyways, well, y'all, that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. Like I said, there's really not much. Like I said, even if that was to produce a tornado, there's really not much even near it. Like I said, I was mostly wanting to go live just so as it crossed over La Junta, I wanted to be live while it went over La Junta in order to, or yeah, to let you guys know what's going on because did not want to take my chances, with that. But all right, y'all. Well, once again, thank you all so much for being here. Tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow we are going to be uh live here for tomorrow's slight risk. So definitely make sure that you guys are aware of that. We'll probably be going live here around sometime around the afternoon. I'd say probably early afternoon, at earliest middle afternoon. I'd say between like 1 or I'd say between 2 and 4 p.m. We'll probably be live. It really just depends on when the storms try to fire off and all that stuff. So we'll just we'll just be there. But anyways, well, once again, y'all, thank you so much for being here. You guys absolutely rock. We love y'all. Once again, if there's anything we can do for you guys, let me know. Look at that. They just actually extended that tornado warning here. Back up to 3-inch hail. Are you kidding me? No. You know what? We're heading off here, guys. There's really not much stuff in here. It's just mostly county roads, back roads. So nothing too crazy. But all right, y'all. Well, once again, thank y'all for being here. You guys absolutely rock. We love you guys. Like I said, we'll catch you guys here sometime tomorrow. Once again, it really just depends on, once again, storms, whenever they fire off and stuff like that. But anyways, well, you guys take care. Stream is heading off here in approximately 2 minutes. So if there's anything you want to go ahead and say it to your friends and family. If you have not already, guys, hit that subscribe button, please. Do it for me. It'd be greatly appreciated. Leave a like and all that stuff. I have to give a big thank you to our donators here for today. Let's see, or for this live stream, we had Monica, Crystal Miller, and Douglas W. Thank you guys for donating. You guys absolutely rock. We love you guys. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel and everything like that. And like I said, thank you all just for hanging out with us, supporting the channel, being a part of this amazing community. Like I said, we definitely love you guys a lot. And if there's anything that we could ever do for you guys, let me know. And like I said, we have our Discord. So join our Discord down in the description. That way, if you guys have any questions, you can actually reach out to me or my staff or anybody else in the server that you just want to chat with. Like I said, it's a pretty cool server, so check that out there in the description. But all right, y'all. Well, stream's heading off here now in 1 minute. Go ahead and say your final goodbyes. And all right, my friends, we'll catch you guys later on. Peace out, my friends. See you then.